Welcome back to the C Morning Show, everyone. We're about set for our first talk show of the day, which is about something that you're all interested in, I'm sure, body goals. Yes, we're always trying to achieve that certain body goal by usually following a strict diet or going to the gym regularly. Some people even try to get surgery to get their ideal body shape. You're a body goals person, so what do you usually do? Have you tried any of these methods before?
No, I haven't. I tried, no, because I have already enough.
You've reached your goals.
No, it's because I'm a strict person. If I have rules, I have to live by it.
Good.
So I don't think I need, some of the extreme methods, but I've been reading a lot, and I know you read a lot about reaching body goals also.
Well, I know a lot of people use different techniques, like the ones that we mentioned above. There's different sorts of diets that you can adhere to, but one of the ways that you can actually do it is through working out with a personal trainer. It can be a great way to reach your fitness goals, but also being helped to commit to a program that you can otherwise find challenging or hard to adhere to, basically, just like Shanaz mentioned. So joining us this morning is personal trainer Muhammad Adecar Nugroho to explain more about the benefits of online personal training programs. Good morning, Mas. Thank you for joining here today.
Good morning.
Hi. All right. Now, I want to know more because I never tried any, method from a personal trainer. But you train a lot of people, and I want to know, what does it mean to have a perfect body goal for you, and how do you help people to reach this?
Yeah. So basically, person to person has a different opinion on their body goals. Sometimes they want to have good shapes in terms of six-pack, maybe sexy leg, right? Some people just want to have an ideal body weight.
Yeah.
So every person have their own body goals in certain extent, right? And then a personal trainer assists and guide them to reach their goals within a certain time of period.
Okay, so can you tell us then, if you, let's say you've got Shanaz as a new client, what do you do to assess what it is that their goals are? What are some of the things that you need to find out from them?
So people keep talking about body goals as a finish line,
correct,
right?
Yeah.
But what personal trainer does in the first place is actually making assessment.
Oh, okay.
Where do you start it?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your problems? Do you have any issues? What is your eating preference? Right? Daily habits, things like that. Do you have issues with your posture, for instance? That's define where your start is. Okay. Once you know your start, once you know your goal, it's easier to provide you with a proper plan, so to speak. Yeah.
Is it wrong for somebody to say, I want body goals, but what they're actually talking about is physical or aesthetics, like how somebody looks? Because we know that fitness is more about how more than how you look. How you look is basically a byproduct of how healthy you are. So what do you do when a client approaches you and says, hey, I want to just have a six-pack? Do you have to explain to them, well, it's a little bit more than that? Or do you just try to help them reach that goal?
Well, actually, personally, my intention is to help people to achieve more sustainable, healthy lifestyle, right? The target can be anything.
Okay.
It's good to have a specific target. So you have this mindset to keep on going, right?
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with I want to have a six-pack, things like that. But there's where the personal trainer needs to come in to educate. What do you need to achieve that? What is your fat percentage? What is your muscle percentage? How is your protein intakes? What kind of exercise that might help you?
So we understand ourselves better.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when you determine those kind of approaches during the assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also want to know, can we do online personal training? Because
what is online personal training?
Yeah,
You've heard of this before, right?
that.
There's apps for this these days, right? Personal training used to be very one-on-one.
Yeah. So indeed, there's a lot of possibility. Online training is one of them.
Okay.
It's become a very booming during pandemic period, right?
And how do you do that?
By apps, it's possible, and we also use Zoom media, or
Okay.
Teams, for
Okay.
instance, Google Meet, things
So
like that.
you can talk in
Yeah.
person with the
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm curious, is it harder to monitor your clients for an online person? Because people can lie or cheat
Yeah,
a little
I
bit
know.
more. We know that cheating is sometimes a thing because we even have like things like cheat meals or some people
Yeah.
have cheat days. But is it a lot harder to monitor somebody when you're not actually meeting them in person? Because there's accountability, right? You want to hold your clients accountable for the things that they do. For example, I know personal trainers, they'll ask their clients like, what did you eat yesterday? Show me pictures. Tell me.
Exactly.
It's just a way of being accountable. How do you monitor? Do you find this thing a little bit more challenging when you're doing this online?
Yes, of course. First is the transfer energy. It's difficult.
Definitely.
Right,
I know what you're
via online, because you have screen barrier between you and your client, definitely, and then the angle, the way you see things is
Okay.
different,
Good point.
right? So sometimes I have to ask, oh, can you move your camera a little bit closer?
They're like, no, this is my good time. This is all you're getting. I'm not showing you my belly. right.
Things like that. It is harder though. Yeah.
Okay. But there's ways around it, right?
Yeah,
You need to
yeah.
make sure that you're assessing the whole thing.
And how to make sure that they're doing what you're setting them to?
Well, first is setting up the program. Make sure the program is safe enough and achievable
Realistic, yeah.
through the online training.
Okay.
For instance, I will not ask my client to lift a big heavyweight
Heavyweight. Huh?
because I cannot spot them.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's risky,
Yeah.
right?
Safety,
So safety
first.
first, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, is it possible to do online personal training but in groups?
In group is possible, but basically personal trainer is for it's niche for person to person.
Okay, one-on-one.
Right. So I always encourage someone who requests group personal trainer that everyone within the group is more or less the same fitness level.
Oh, okay.
So-
we will never be in the same group.
Not in the same age group either. Okay, so when you talk about personal training, let's say you've taken me on as your client. Can you take us through like a day-to-day kind of overview? For example, how often do we have to check in with each other, and what sorts of things are you monitoring? For example, like the example I gave, I have a friend. He has to, when he's under the program, he has to take pictures of all his meals, and then the trainer will assess to make sure that it's balanced enough and got everything they need, and he'll give him advice. He'll like, you need to take out this.
The
from your-
basreng or
you need to
the-
take out the fried stuff and add in something else. So
Okay.
it's an ongoing thing. So can you
Yeah.
take us through like a day with you, for example? How often would we check in, and what are sort of the things that you need from me? Like what sort of the information?
Yeah, exactly. Indeed, like nowadays, personal trainer is more like your real body, right? Body.
Okay, yeah.
So we met maybe once a week or twice a week max,
Okay.
right? Nowadays, people are very busy.
Sure.
But we keep in touch via WhatsApp, Instagram DMs, things like that. Sometimes they don't checking in.
Okay.
But I saw, okay, you're in the restaurant.
Instagram
Instagram story,
social
right?
Oh
media.
my
Good
gosh.
point.
Very,
And then will you suddenly buzz in like, hey, what are you doing? What are you eating?
very clingy.
Exactly.
Okay.
What did you order?
Okay, so do you find that clients adhere to this strategy as well? Do they find it easier? Because, going to a personal trainer at the gym, that's the downside, I think. If you don't go to the gym, then you're not meeting with them. But this way you can stay connected all the time. So do you find that this is easier for your clients? Bilal?
It's easier to some extent, yeah. Some people who love to socialize, they're gonna love it because, well, this is not my trainer, this is my friend, right? But some people are more difficult, right? So there are plus and minus always, but yeah, it's work. You have to struggle to
If you want
reach
to
your
achieve
goal.
something,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing
Yeah.
comes free. Good point. So when we come to personal training, there's always kind of like a seasonal thing, like a session. For example, it's summer soon. I wanna wear my best bathing suit. So I have this particular goal. But the dangerous thing about goals is that's like an endpoint, like you said.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy to make sure that somebody can either maintain this goal so they don't just rebound back to the way they were before? And how do you adjust your strategy if somebody has reached that goal? Because I've also heard that you shouldn't have just one end goal, because once you reach that goal, what's your motivation?
Yeah.
Right? So how do you tackle that?
Yeah, interesting, because creating a stronger mindset of your client is the key.
Okay.
Basically, you can start small, you can start big. It doesn't really matter as long as you dare to start, right? For instance, sometimes I ask my client to measure their weight like every day.
Wow.
Do it every day, like
Really?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then all of a sudden they realize Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on next Monday, the body weight increase.
Oh, they're
Of
starting
course,
to see
it's
the
the
trends.
weekend.
Yeah, and then
yeah,
you see,
yeah,
this is what happened in the weekend.
The
Because
cycle.
we want to have fun, right?
Reduce a little
But
bit.
it's gonna cost you.
Okay.
Okay.
See, if what you have achieved during the week, and then you go down again, and then you achieve again, and then you go down again, but you're reaching nowhere.
Yeah.
You're running. Yeah, you just keep going in circles.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you change your mindset step by step. Of course, different people, different approach, but this is just one of the way.
Oh, I see. Okay, so how long usually the duration of the program? Do we have to stay for like, I'm sorry, 2 months or 3 months?
Well, basically, you need to exercise like 3 times per week,
Okay.
right? But how long do you need to achieve your goal is of course different.
Okay.
What is your start? What is your finish line? Those kind of things.
okay.
But 3 months, for me, 3 months is sufficient enough to create a new habits.
Yeah.
Then if you are good enough, you have already the strong mindset, you have the tools, by apps for instance, you can do it on your own.
I see.
I guess it's enough also to see a little bit of change, right?
Exactly.
After
Well,
treatment, right?
if you're doing it right, 2 weeks, you feel the difference already.
Right. So what's when it comes to training, you mentioned training and you mentioned tools. Many people don't have tools at home
Yeah.
to work out. So what are some of the things that you tailor for people who are just trying to get fit and trying to do exercise, but they're actually going to only have time at home, and I don't have a full gym at home?
Yeah, yeah. Well, people are always afraid to start with equipment, right? They do dumbbells, yoga balls. No, I don't want it. It's heavy. I will be bulky, things like that, right?
Right.
So I always start, and I love it, the body weight exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Without anything, just your own body. Maybe help of a chair,
Yes.
for instance, and then add a little bit with resistance band, small dumbbells, progressively.
Okay, so start off by at least because that's a little bit more achievable as well, right?
Yeah,
When you're using
yeah,
your own body
yeah.
weight.
Okay. Now, I really wanna know more, because I haven't, I haven't tried having a personal trainer at home. But so during that 1 week, you have 3 sessions of workout, and then you have to check in for your meals every day. How about your rest time and all?
Yeah.
Do you control it as well?
Actually, there's 3 golden rules, yeah? Training, nutrition, and also rest.
Okay.
So rest time is definitely important. So I always recommend to have 1 full of, just no exercise.
Okay, lounging on your sofa.
Yeah, relaxing, mind and body exercises like
Okay.
yoga, breathing
Nice.
exercise, those
Okay.
kind of things is important as well.
Okay.
So when it comes to a personal training session, what happens when somebody ends their personal training session with you? For example, they've come to their end and hey, I'm pretty happy with my goals. Do you advise them to continue and to make some new goals perhaps? Or do you just try to ask them to implement the disciplines that you have taught all this time and to continue on? Because there is a danger, right? People relapse all the time once they stop their connection with a personal trainer.
Well, the funny thing is, starting from a positive engagement, we become friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's no longer client.
So that relationship never really ends, right?
Yeah. So you start to go to exercise together, you run together, have a join a marathon event together, things like that.
Right.
Which actually, that's the goal. You are stay active even though there is no money involved.
Okay, nothing forcing you to actually.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes more naturally and it's
Yeah.
more organic. You
And
must have
then-
a lot of friends.
And they appreciate it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that means more than just following like a program.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, a lot of times when we say online training, online workout, people are trying to adhere to just an app without the human connection.
Yeah.
Like it gives you a program. This is the exercise you do today. But people find it hard to adhere to that because there is no human connection.
Yeah.
I think human connection is very important.
Very much, very much. Now, if we, like me, I'm very much interested in joining an online personal training. Do you have any specific tips for those who wants to join?
Newbies.
Newbies, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, start now.
Start now.
I will say start now because
During the holiday?
well,
Can I have 1 week?
Yeah, get
at
a
least?
head start so you can eat whatever you want during the holiday.
there is a saying that our body is the only place that we gonna live in
Yeah.
life, right? So it is important to take care our body. So why would you wait?
Why would you wait? Start now.
One day that you wait is another day that you've lost getting
That's
to your
true.
goal.
That's true. But I want to enjoy the holiday season.
So real quick, do you have a success story that particularly kind of sticks out in your mind when it comes to all of the relationships that you've built, all the friendships over the years?
Yeah. So basically, one of my client, she has a problem with pregnancy. So in program,
Okay.
so she needs to reduce weight.
Okay.
So we help.
This is a common problem, by the way.
Yeah.
My wife went
Nowadays.
through the same thing too after giving
Nowadays,
birth. Like,
yeah.
How do I lose weight?
Yeah. So they need to lose weight. But now we are still engaged. I think starting from very, very positive goals and then changing her to a very, very positive, healthy lifestyle and then become a role model for her own. It's really life-changing, you know? Like I couldn't ask for more.
Okay, so they become like a totally different person. It's not
Exactly.
just trying to reach a goal anymore. But
Exactly,
their whole
yeah.
lifestyle's
Yeah.
changed.
Aw, that's
And their
nice.
habits have changed as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
right? Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah, it's because they feel better in their body, right?
Yeah, and then they understand their body a little bit better, right? They know how to push themselves.
Yeah.
They know their limitation. They know how to exercise by themselves. So they're doing it by themselves now.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much for that inspiration. I need those because I've been trying to, lose some weight before the holiday season.
I don't know how much weight you're trying to lose, but she is into yoga as well. You're,
Yeah.
you're an instructor, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I think this is something that could supplement your lifestyle very well.
That's true.
Yeah, 'cause you do your workouts at home anyway.
Yeah, 5 times a week.
So make a new friend.
No, yeah.
Motivation go.
Engage with people.
Thank you
Human
so much
connections
for your
are
time.
important.
You're
Thanks for dropping by today.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
right.
All right, now we're up for another break, and we'll have more updates from around the world when we return on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.